We can't put this thing to sleep. It's over.
Everyone talks about Whitney, but what about Faulkner being a wall if we play Pokémon Crystal like a roguelike experience, where each route leads to difficult decisions, gym leaders are deadly bosses, and HP and resource management become critical to progress through Johto. Each badge win allows a visit with Nurse Joy and the roll of a die to reward effort. Power points are resources, KOs permanent, and items are strictly limited. The team max is 6, but we're starting with a freebie from Professor Elm. Once we reach Mr. Pokemon's house and face the rival the first time, Herb is auto-healed, so the tutorial is over. Elm's assistant will give us 5 Pokeballs, meaning the challenge truly begins. Route 29 is our first floor in this roguelike playthrough, and here, Dude shows us it is possible to catch a weak Pokemon without damaging it, something we need to try because we won't be able to heal until we claim the Zephyr badge from Faulkner. In Generation 2, time of day will influence what Pokemon I can catch on these floors to a slight degree, but before going too much further, I'm going to explore the dead-end floor, Route 46, for a Geodude. I'm already running low on Pokeballs, but I can restock in Cherry Grove City. So once I catch this thing, I won't be able to catch anything else on the other end of Route 46, but it is time to head towards Violet City, and on Route 30, I'm going to encounter a Poliwag at night. Once I catch it, I'm going to head towards Violet City, battling the 2 mandatory matches in hopes of leveling up just a little bit more. I can freely train against wild Pokemon while I'm on a route, but I can't backtrack to do so. That means I'll have to ensure I reserve enough power points for the upcoming battles. Route 31 and the Dark Cave hold more options for me to catch, but for now I think I'll skip the cave and search the grass outside Violet City. Duplicates will be allowed across multiple routes, but I've already got some grass coverage. That means I'll utilize this Bellsprout for some easy experience and keep searching until I find a Ghastly, which is available here in Crystal version, if I can get this thing to stay at a ball. I really do feel like Ghastly will be a useful catch in this roguelike run because it will fill a much needed role, inflicting statuses on opponents and being immune to poison. But before I go too much further, I'll need Flash and some experience as well, so I'll chance the trainers in Sprout Tower before facing Faulkner.
Alright, so let's take a peek at the lineup. We're looking, we're in decent shape for this next gym here, the first gym rather. But seeing as we can't use potions in battle, maybe we should heal up somebody here. Dreamcatcher is running out of Hypnosis, but Pogo has Hypnosis on its moveset, so maybe we need to heal Pogo. Choices. Woo! Okay, let's heal up Pogo, and let's leave Dreamcatcher in the first slot. We're gonna hopefully put this Spearow to sleep right away, otherwise this could be the end of the run. Will we even be able to face Faulkner? Okay, that's good news. That's good news. Wait a minute. We need to use Bash because Mud Slap could deal significant damage if we even reach Faulkner. So let's try to take care of this Spearow. Please stay asleep, bro. Okay, so far so good. Oh, that could not have been better. That could not have been better. Yes, okay. Ooh, I'm getting nervous. Come on. Okay. This guy's got Pidgey. First up. Just need to hit with Hypnosis. That would have been really nice, actually. No. Oh my god. I don't want to switch out. Okay, Dreamcatcher has literally one left. You're in, my friend. How many tackles do we have? 7? That's not great. That's not ideal, and it's not dealing a lot of damage. Sand attack is rough. That could not be worse. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Toot. Please land. This is the last hypnosis. Woo. Okay, we can safely switch out. Please stay asleep. Please. Please. Just one more tackle. Oh. A miss? Oh my goodness. Okay, Pogo, this is your chance, my friend. Come on, please. Pull through. Put this thing to sleep. Yes. Okay. Question is, do we try to... Bubble's not going to do a lot of damage. But maybe if this thing stays asleep, it'll be enough to carry us through. Please stay asleep. Please stay asleep. That's... How many turns is that? 4? Maybe we can put it back to sleep. Yikes. Come on, baby. Okay, we've got to switch out again. We've got to switch out. Who is it? Herb. Come on, baby. You can do this. Yes, a crit. Could not be better. Okay, not a lot of experience, though. Woo, okay. Time to heal up. We've got 1 potion left. Who gets it? Dreamcatcher is basically done for. Pogo or Herb? Pogo's gonna have to take both potions and go to the front. Okay, so Hypnosis has got to land, otherwise we're in a huge spot of trouble. Woo! Thank you, Jesus. Let's get a little bit of damage. It's not gonna do a lot, but we're running out of power points on the rest of the lineup. Okay. Please land. Yes. That's exactly what we needed. Okay. Now that it's asleep, I think Geodude needs to go in. Ooh, we've got a lot of tackles left. Well, 13's not a lot, but should be enough. See, that's what I was not hoping for. Oh my god, please. It's not doing a lot of damage, but it is decreasing our accuracy, and that is not ideal. Pidgeotto is next. Oh gosh. If we can't put this thing to sleep, it's over. Yo. Yo. Oh my god. That's 2 turns of sleep, and we missed. No. It's gonna wake up very, very soon. A crit is great, though. A crit is great. Come on. Pogo can't go back in. Pogo cannot go back in. Okay. One more. One more. Yes! Oh my god. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. That means we earn the Zephyr badge and we get to, not spin the dice, roll the dice. Okay. Let's claim that badge and roll that dice.
We roll a 4 so we can learn a TM, but only because we have one on hand at the time of the roll. It'll help for coverage and extra power points for damage, but now we reach a fork. Route 36 and 32 give us some more options, and my next choice might be a little bit controversial. I want Growlithe from Route 36. Fire types are rare in Johto, and Growlithe could pay out big time, but catching it means I'll have to commit to it long term. If it faints, it could change the course of this run forever. That means with a team max of 6, I'll have some tough decisions to make. To make room for the next catch on Route 32, the next floor, I'll have to release somebody. Bye, Pogo. Hopefully, it's the right decision because I'll need something a bit tankier, a Wooper. However, it only appears morning and night here, so I'll pass the time doing a little bit of training. I'll also need to find a way to wake Snuff up. I'll also spend a little bit of time here hunting for hidden items. In this roguelike challenge, they could be a saving grace. Now, there aren't any mandatory battles here on Route 32, but the experience is very much needed. So I'll try my hand at battling the fishers here on the docks. But as we're leveling up, I'll need to keep an eye on my PowerPoint levels. Because let's face it, some of the trainer battles are a little bit more rewarding than others. This definitely presents a challenge as we must switch to train these Pokemon. The risky ones, however, are very rewarding. Hey, that was close. Good thing for those hidden super potions. Honestly, the idea of losing another Pokemon after I just released one is crazy scary. Eventually, Snuff will learn Ember, and night falls, finally bringing out the Woopers. But all this training is taking its toll. How much training is too much training? There's a delicate balance here between gaining the experience and preserving the power points needed to carry us through the next battle. Now that some team members have leveled up and learned some new moves though, I think we can challenge some more trainers here on this floor before progressing to the next floor. That's gonna be Union Cave. Now, Gloop can definitely help us inside the cave, but because the team is full, I won't be able to catch another Pokemon inside. I must have a free slot on my lineup. Luckily, I have Bash to help cover us with rock typing, so I think it's fine for now. Union Cave could be scary in this roguelike playthrough, but with Gloop and Herb covering our team with water and grass type moves, I don't think it's going to be too much trouble. However, this isn't an ideal place to grind, and I think it's just best to press forward. Wild Onyx could offer some decent experience gain at this point, but they don't appear all that often, so instead I'll focus on fighting against trainers I know have type disadvantages. Besides, we'll still need to make it through several mandatory battles versus the Rockets at Slowpoke Well. What I'm trying to say is that in this Pokémon Crystal roguelike run, I'll have to choose my battles carefully, literally. I just hope I don't regret skipping any trainer battles later. Outside the cave is the next floor, Route 33, and there's not much to see here. During the day, you could catch Spearow, but I can't backtrack, so it's time to help Kurt at Slowpoke Well. Bash takes a beating facing off with the Rocket Grunts and needs a little bit of support from time to time. But so far, that's been the beauty of adding this Geodude to the team. It can add a little bit of tankiness. It can take hits when necessary. It can really stall out, but it is still susceptible to poison. These battles are mandatory, but the XP is very useful. Sheesh, can this Geodude get a break already? However, this ragtag team of Pokemon perfectly exemplifies the challenge in playing Pokemon Crystal as a roguelike adventure. We're not picking teammates based off of strength or our favorites, but they must fill a role. So whether or not they struggle from time to time, so far it's looking pretty decent. After banishing Team Rocket from Slowpoke Well, Kurt is grateful and heals the team, but since this is automatic, this means we won't be able to visit the Pokémon Center if we beat Bugsy. Fortunately, Toot and Snuff have super effective moves in here and can help us blow through the gym. And since both could really use the experience, I think I'll challenge all of the Bug-type trainers herein. Some of the Bug-type Pokemon inside the gym have the move Poison Sting, and since I only have a few curatives in my pack, I could really put a damper on my progress. But if I manage to one-shot them with Peck or Ember, we should be in good shape. This run is PP hell. Going forward, I won't get too many opportunities such as this to gain such easy experience, so I'll need to strike the perfect balance between leveling up my team members and preserving their power points. Though very useful, Snuff burns up Ember charges very quick, and doesn't learn any fire-type moves till much later. On top of that, my team right now isn't really built from Pokemon that use raw power. Their style is more along the lines of attrition, meaning longer battles could increase my suffering. So while I'm not too concerned about the battle with Bugsy, the next Pokémon Center is locked behind the Plain Badge in Goldenrod City, so we'll have to make the most efficient use of our turns. After a close call with this Beedrill, it's time to use one more potion and finally face off with Bugsy. Last time in Johto, I exalted Bug-type Pokemon and chose one Monarch from my lineup to face each gym leader. And let me tell you, not a lot of you liked it, but I really had fun with it. It came with its own set of challenges. That's why I feel for Bugsy in this situation. Bugs don't have a lot of advantages in Generation 2, so this battle ends up being pretty easy for Snuff, Toot, and Bash to handle. It certainly goes without saying that Bugsy's lineup leaves a lot to be desired, as Generation 2 Bugs aren't typically known for their attack power or defenses. And this is great news for my lineup because every turn counts. And Bash comes in useful once again. Its rock typing allows it to take hits. This is great for absorbing damage and slowing the effects of attrition on our team. It can take those hits. That's what its role is. That means the last threat on Bugsy's team is, in fact, Kakuna. Believe it or not, it could still poison one of my Pokemon. Luckily, I do have some curatives in my pack, but the more I can preserve, the better. Kakuna tanks one peck, and I decide to finish it off with Tackle to preserve as many as I can for Ilex Forest. This means we are victorious and claim the Hive Badge. At least we didn't get poisoned, since we can't visit the Pokémon Center again, but it is time to roll the dice. Unfortunately, there is no real reward this time because I have no compatible TMs at the time. So let's just get through Ilex Forest. My rival, however, will be the next challenge. Because we haven't healed since helping Kurt, this could make beating Whitney a huge challenge. Every turn counts, and when my Pokemon are exposed to status-inflicting moves, I cringe. If we suffer a KO now, I'd have to replace that team member with a bug from Ilex Forest, and I don't want to do that. That was fun in the last mini-series, but it was tough enough. By the way, you should definitely check that out if you like bugs. Either way you cut it though, I'll need to gamble. Quilava is a deadly opponent at level 16. I have no other option but to pray it stays asleep long enough for Bash to crush it. I can feel the tension in the air. Can Bash connect not one, but 2 rock throws before my rival's ace Pokemon wakes up? It's a narrow victory, but we learn a new move, and then Mom calls. Mom calls at random intervals, and the items other than revives are fair game, but only if I'm in town or even make it to the next town. I wonder what she got me. Nice, a super potion. That'll definitely come in handy. Inside Ilex Forest, there is nothing. And I mean nothing that I want to catch and add to the team. But it is here that we will find the next HM1 Cut. These are the only exception when it comes to teaching a Pokemon a move outside of a die roll of 4. Additionally, there are a ton of useful items lying around the woods. And since Pokeballs are the only items I'm allowed to buy outside of a die roll or 3 or 5, I'll sell anything extra. I'll also gain TM2 in case I roll another 4. Mostly, my focus in Ilex Forest will be knocking out as many Metapods as I possibly can stand without completely depleting my power points. And I think since we learned Poison Powder, we can manage to do that. With a little bit of switching in and out. It definitely stretches out the time I spent training here in Ilex Forest, but we managed to do it just long enough to level Herb up to 16 and finally evolve my first Pokemon. Though I've used up a lot of power points doing such leveling on the Ilex Forest floor, I think I'll hang on to those ethers for later. And with that, I think it's high time to make our way to the next floor, Route 34. The team is still maxed out, so I can't catch a new Pokemon, but this is our last good chance to level up before Whitney. I'm sticking to trainers here to make the most efficient use of power points, and grabbing this last hidden item in the daycare yard before crossing into Goldenrod.
Okay, so we've done pretty much all the training I think we can. Now that we're here in Goldenrod, we cannot backtrack and grind anymore. Besides, we're running pretty low on HP and power points. So at this point, I think it's time to heal up. Let's get Dreamcatcher healed. And Toot as well. I think we'll leave... No, I want to put Toot up front. We're going to put Toot up front. They both know Hypnosis at this point. Whoa, that was close. But at any rate, I don't want to face any of these trainers. There is one mandatory battle in here. And here she is. She has a Snubble, if I recall. And that thing probably knows Bite. So in case Hypnosis doesn't land, I certainly don't want my Ghastly taking a fatal hit. But that being said, let's get to it. Okay, Snubble's asleep. I think Herb can jump in safely and handle this thing on its own. Question is, okay, we've got 17 Razor Leafs. Let's use Cut. Let's use Cut. Oh, that was not great. That was not great. That's even worse. Okay, luckily Razor Leaf is a special move, so that debuff won't do too much. Whew, a crit is great, a crit is great. Okay, I would like to have not taken any damage, but unfortunately that's just the way it goes. Okay, we need to sneak around this last trainer here, and I think what we need to do now, let's put Dreamcatcher up front and handle her Clefairy first. So Whitney here only has 2 Pokemon in her lineup, as many of you know, Clefairy and Miltank. However, Miltank is the scariest in this situation. I am pretty frightened of it. Honestly, it knows a couple of problematic moves. The number one I am afraid of is Rollout, because once she gains any momentum, she could basically wipe out my entire team. And that would be bad. Obviously, the run would be over. But that being said, what am I doing? I want Bash in here. I want Bash in here. Oh, gonna take a little bit of damage, not too much, but anyway, her her Miltank knows Rollout. Her Miltank also knows Milk Drink, and it also knows, what's the other one? Attract, yeah, and that could be bad. All very bad for my team. Okay, Bash is gonna get a little attack boost. That's great, but let's see here. I think we're gonna leave Bash in. I think we're gonna leave it in. It can take a little bit of damage, but Mud Slap is gonna be critical here. We need to lower this thing's accuracy. So far, so good. But we're gonna try to go for... Oh, that was bad. We flinched. Oh my gosh. That was very bad. 6 stages of accuracy would be great. But I don't know if it'll stick. There are no guarantees, actually. That is it for her accuracy. Let's get Dreamcatcher in there. Okay, that's great, that's great. But it actually outspeeds Ghastly, which is crazy to me. That is actually crazy to me. Okay, it's asleep. We just need it to stay asleep, because it could recover its health. And that would be really, really bad, really bad. Crits would be amazing right now. Oh my god. It missed. One more turn. No. This is what I mean. It could definitely regain enough health to remain a problem. Now I feel somewhat confident that her accuracy is low enough that we can handle this thing, but I can't believe it outspeeds Ghastly. That is crazy to me. That is absolutely crazy. Oop, I don't want to send Gloop out there. We really need crits. We really need crits. Oh, we only have 8 Razor Leaf left. Ooh, I'm getting really nervous. Oh, please, please, please. If this thing wakes up, I'm gonna crash out. Please don't miss. Yes. We got it. We got the plain badge. We get to roll the dice again. Hopefully it's something useful. And we will also heal up at the Pokémon Center. See you then.
Whitney may have been the boss, but the dungeon goes deeper. Thanks so much for joining me on this leg of the journey. I've been I Want Your Burger. Hope to catch you in the next episode. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Peace.